Welcome back to the Open Doors Week. Right now, we're going to be starting a discussion round with some of our students from the information technologies field. If you do have any questions or some questions should arise during, feel free to place them in the chats and we'll take a look at them. But with me, I have three wonderful students here. If you guys would like to introduce yourself, why don't you start out?
Sure. Hello. My name is Ott. I study computer science here in the University of Tartu. I am currently on my second year on my studies. My specialization is distributed systems. And the second year, so I'm currently quite heavy into writing my thesis.
Hello, my name is Carolina, and I'm a first year software engineering master student, and my specialization is enterprise software engineering.
And I'm Sten. I'm studying computer engineering and robotics first year, so I've only studied for one semester at this time. And for my specialization, I'd say computer engineering. It's a bit of both.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for coming and talking with us today, answering some questions. I wanted to start out with one, maybe a little bit more about your program. Kind of have a stigma with information technology, might be a little bit difficult to get into or study in general. So Sten, what would you say is the hardest part about your program?
Hardest part, maybe that you kind of have to do everything. Mm-hmm. We don't simply have just some programming or just math. Mm-hmm. You have to do and know everything from hardware to software.
Yeah, definitely. No shortcuts.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And same question to you, Carolina.
For me, I guess if I compare it with my bachelor's, then right now it's a lot of different technologies that I have to learn, get it in really quickly to get on with the tasks. So a lot of different technologies, but I also feel that it's going to be a really good advantage later on if I know really different things, and it really helps, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wait, the same question to you as well.
I would say the fact that all the courses are quite sophisticated and require a lot of attention, and that translates to a lot of spent time there as well. So you really have to dedicate to it. Of course, you get the return out of it. They are all great courses, especially if it really overlaps with your interests. But yeah, that's one thing that requires some dedication definitely to get done.
Yeah, so you would say it requires a lot of independent study, kind of working on your own outside of the classroom too.
Yeah, definitely, especially considering last year's. Our studies have mostly been remote, which if it suits you, it's great. You can watch the lecture, you can pause it if you want to, grab a snack or whatever, and then return to it in your own time. So you can accommodate it to your life, which is great, but it requires you to have this individual time planning skills, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I know you guys are a little bit new, you're first semester students, but maybe what would you say is one thing that you can tell to somebody maybe coming into University of Tartu, or maybe it's their first semester? What's one tip for success coming to the University of Tartu? I mean, you guys can take a second, Sten, if you want to start out, or if Carolina, you have an answer first, and then maybe we'll go over to the veteran over there.
Maybe it's not a tip, but there's really nothing to be afraid. As it's been said, I've only been studying for one semester, but to my experience, it's pretty much the same as bachelor's. Mm-hmm. So there's really nothing that new. Yeah. It's just 2 more years.
All right. Carolina?
Maybe in software engineering, as for the first semester, there are pretty many group assignments. Mm-hmm. Then start to communicate with everyone as quickly as you can to find yourself a good team. And if you will be able to find yourself a good team, you're gonna be so like, it's gonna be so enjoyable. That's the tip I have. Yeah.
So relying on your peers is like one of the
Yes,
best things to
definitely.
do.
You
Okay.
cannot do stuff alone.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, right.
Yeah, I think I agree that, and in general, like, be proactive in your studies. That when you have like a deadline or you have to do something, like do it in advance, or like if you need to assign or like assemble a group for a project, like I don't know, just reach out to the guys who are vocal in lectures and ask them like, hey, can we do the project together? And you'll get a good team and stuff like that. And like when you have to like pick some modules, you have to pick your specialization, then like it's good to know the courses in advance. You can just talk to the lecturers. They're very like open about their courses, and you can get a lot of information already there, like what suits you, what interests you, and it also translates to the thesis. Like if you are open, you go and communicate with your lecturers, you will most probably find a good topic for your thesis, and yeah, you'll have a good time.
Awesome. Yeah, I understand you guys are all Estonian, but I would like to ask you, what do you guys think about living in Tartu? I know, Carolina, you're from Tartu, so maybe you have an insider perspective.
Yeah, actually, I don't really want to go anywhere. Like the reason I'm here in Tartu is because I really love it here. I can really feel that I can study what I want here, and that I will really get the good education, and that's really important for me. And also the people here are really nice. Although Estonians might seem a bit cold, but I still like it. And also in the masters, as now we have some international students, they are all super supportive here. So I really like that.
Yeah, you guys don't seem too cold to me, so it's all right. Sten, what would you say?
I would simply say that it's peaceful here. So I come from near the capital, and like there's more rush in there, and Tartu really is simply a peaceful place to be.
Yeah, I kind of have the same kind of perspective on that. It's a lot slower kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, people walk slower in the streets.
Exactly. Wait, how do you like living in Tartu?
I definitely like it. I also like the slower pace. It lets you focus on your studies a lot. I also like the fact that you can walk everywhere. You don't need a car, or if you really need to go somewhere far, you can just take the bus. And like, if there's a lot of opportunities here. Like it's a rather small city, but the university is great, and like for our fields, there's lots of opportunities for like employment as well. There's like great software companies around the city, and there's lots of opportunities, I would say.
Yeah. Speaking on that a little bit, what do you think are your plans for after graduation, or once you do finish your studies?
Well, my plan is to continue working at the place where I have already worked for a couple of years, of course with a bit of a smaller schedule than full-time during the studies, and then maybe possibly go work abroad as well.
Yeah, awesome. Carolina?
For me, I think I'm gonna apply for doctoral studies here in Tartu. So anyone who is planning on doing a doctoral degree, then I think coming here in masters is a good like trial run to see if you like the university, and we are really happy to have you here.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I plan to stay in Tartu, find a job. Actually, I plan to find a job already in the summer, and keep doing it.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. So generally you guys say you guys like studying at the university here. Would that be an accurate statement? What would be your favorite thing about the University of Tartu? Maybe compared to other places you've studied, or just in general, like what do you guys think is your favorite thing here?
Lately, I think the new building. That's everyone seems to like it, and yeah, it's really good.
The new building is pretty great. Sten?
I don't have experience in another university, so don't really have a good answer. But like every aspect that I can see, nothing to really like say bad about.
All right, awesome. And you as well?
Carolina had the answer. The building is really good.
Yeah.
But maybe to add to that, I think the university is quite welcoming of students coming from abroad, and like there's a large community of students here around town. You see them, you interact with them, especially like the people you study with, and you probably make a lot of like new friends from places you won't imagine that you're.
Yeah, the city is like very international and whatnot. Do you guys like to prefer to study at home, or do you guys use the facilities here and use the study rooms and whatnot? Where do you guys like to do your studying?
I personally like to use the Delta building. It has a lot of opportunities for studying, and I see a lot of international students also gather here. And we also have some study sessions together with groups. So it's really good, like when people are proactive, which recommend it to be, then you'll get good friends really quickly, and then you can form the study groups and come to the Delta building, book yourself a room and study together, and it's so much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely prefer to study at home, partly because the new building has come up a lot, and in computer engineering and robotics, the studies actually don't take place in here. We have a bit of an older building, and thus maybe not so many cozy places to hang around.
Gotcha. And Hoyt?
I also prefer to study at home. It's quite convenient if you have like long homeworks or just individual work. But occasionally we also, when we have group projects, we gather at someone's house. So we meet up, we chill, and we do the studying as well. And
would you guys say that for your specific programs, you had to have like a lot of prior knowledge to be coming in, or do you think it kind of started from ground zero? Joey.
I would say that like prior knowledge helps for computer science, but the first semester is mainly designed to get everyone up to some level that's like required or sufficient for continuing the studies. So you have like courses, for example, the algorithmics course, which is just even if you have a good foundation on algorithms and data structures, it gives you a very solid extra foundation to further build your studies on. And also we have those introductory courses from each specialization. So you find the one that suits you or interests you the most.
All right, thanks.
For those who watched the introduction session with program managers, then Dietmar for software engineering already said that they assume that you have some knowledge in software engineering, so we are not starting from zero. So if you don't feel too confident, I still recommend applying. You can maybe prepare yourself during the summer a little bit, but also when you come here, then there's an opportunity for you to take some bachelor courses that the people who come from Estonia have taken in bachelor, so that's what is kind of assumed. And then you can take those courses yourself, so you can get going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I concur that previous experience is really, really recommended. We have students that seem to be, let's say, lacking of experience, and they seem actually to get along fine, but with a lot more effort put into it. So that meaning that if you are really motivated, nothing really stopping you, but recommended to have experience.
Yeah, great. So you guys' courses are in Estonian, correct? Or are they English taught courses?
No, they are English.
English, okay.
Yeah.
English, okay. So do you guys have a lot of international students coming and joining your programs as well? Is it like a very mixed group, or is it mostly just Estonians like we have here?
I would say that 2/3 are international students,
Okay.
and a third are Estonians.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty weird that we are here all Estonians because we mostly have international students in our like programs. But I mean, most of the lecturers here are international as well. So like the scene is really like including.
Yeah.
Yeah, same goes for computer science. You have a mix of Estonians and international students, a bit more inclined towards international students in the masters. Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys considered studying abroad, taking advantage of any of the programs, or have you already?
I've heard that we have Erasmus plus programs here. I personally haven't applied because, as I said earlier, I really love it here in Tartu and I want to really be here. So, but for the international students, I don't know if you're coming to Tartu, then it's already new. But if you really love to travel, then it's going to be like really cool that you come here in Tartu and then you can do a semester somewhere else and then come back and you can really like travel a lot if you want to. That's awesome.
Yeah. Definitely. I already feel like I'm studying abroad here, like a little bit of adventure. So what about you, Sen?
No, haven't considered going abroad.
That's fine too. Wait.
Maybe if I ever go to do a PhD, I would do it abroad. But after the masters, I have to take a bit of a break from studying.
Okay. Are you guys concurrent with your studies? Are you guys also doing any internships or working at the same time, or do you think you'd have time to do that just with the level of of your studies?
Yeah, I also been working since the start of my bachelor studies. Not really the professional like computer engineering job, like related to photography, but I think there is time, and a bunch of us of our like our co-students are doing it. And I also like to mention that a good opportunity in the university is to teach, actually. Like if you have passed the subject, then it's always possible to start teaching it.
Okay.
So maybe I'm a bit old one out here because I'm actually working here in the university. So I was really lucky to get a position in a research group, and I really like it because it lets me kind of integrate what I'm studying with what I'm doing at work. Also, as Sten said, I've been teaching some courses which I really like, so that's a really great opportunity. But from my master's studies, I've seen a lot of people having internships and actually working during the university times, and also in our program quite a bit of ECTS come from practice. So at some point you have to do it anyway, so everybody does that here.
Yeah. All right.
I've also been working during my studies, but my recommendation actually would be to maybe considering like, I don't know how hard you want to work, but the recommendation would be to take the first semester to concentrate on studying, just to adjust to the university load. You can take ECTs or like courses in advance, so do more than the required amount in the first semester. That will take some load off from the next semesters, and then you have like a bit of extra time to do an internship or start working.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. really enjoyed talking to you. You guys have any like final closing thoughts? Maybe just one little one-liner about your program you'd like to shoot off before we end the session here.
Not going to be a one-liner, but computer engineering and robotics is kind of something for everyone. The curriculum isn't strict. You can pretty much choose maybe half of your subjects, and I think that's a big pro.
All right. Yeah.
Although software engineering seems more like something that you do the masters and then you go to work, then I really encourage people to come here and continue in doctoral studies. And I'll be waiting here for you. And I really want you to come. Really.
You'll see Carolina as your instructor, your professor. All right, White.
I don't have a one-liner either, but I'll try to say something. Well, I would say that if you come here to study, you will definitely get like a state-of-the-art education. So the specialization modules, for example, we have a very strong, like the courses that are given on artificial intelligence, which is one of the specializations. The lecturers and the faculty is very strong, and my specialization as well, distributed systems. It's like you will get a very good education here. Yeah.
All right. Again, thank you guys so much. That's going to be the end of our student discussion here. If we're going to have more student discussions throughout the rest of the Open Doors week, but today this is the last one. I can say we saved the best for last, maybe, but that'll be us closing it off right there. Thank you so much for your questions, and thank you guys for tuning in here.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being with us today. We have hosted today 4 excellent info sessions in medical sciences, 2 info sessions in natural sciences, and the last info sessions in IT, plus 3 student discussions with our students. We hope that you enjoyed the first day of the Open Doors week, and we hope that you learned a lot of information that will be useful for you during the application process, or if you have already applied, will be useful for your studies and for your relocation to Estonia. But more is coming. Tomorrow we are going to continue with more info sessions and more student discussions. So please stay with us, and thank you for being with us today, and see you tomorrow.